दोस्तों ये वीडियो देखने के बाद आपके एग्ज़ाम की में मार्क्स जरूर से ज़रूर बढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि ये वीडियो हम लास्ट ईयर के पास्ट पेपर देख रहे हैं जो कि आपको एस्टिमेट करने में बहुत मदद करेगा कि किस तरह की हम प्रिपरेशन करें और किस तरह के एग्ज़ाम में क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का वीडियो। लेकिन उससे पहले आपसे गुजारिश, अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर नहीं हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन बटन को जरूर से दबाएं, जिससे आने वाली सभी वीडियो की नोटिफिकेशन आप तक तुरंत पहुँच जाएगी। तो हम बात कर रहे हैं पहले क्वेश्चन के साथ, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। Assuming the debt to equity ratio to be 2, which of the following transaction would result in an increase in the given ratio? So बाकी ट्रांजेक्शन में इंक्रीज नहीं होगा गिवन रेशियो, जो कि परचेज ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट ऑन क्रेडिट फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 2 months, conversion of debenture worth ₹50,000 in equity share, issue of a new share for cash, sale of fixed asset at a loss of 3,000। सो इससे इक्विटी शेयर 2 ये इंक्रीज होगा। ठीक है, अगला क्वेश्चन है, एज पर सेक्शन 192 ऑफ द इनकम टैक्स एक्ट 1961, in case of payment of salary to a resident in the financial year 21-22, surcharge at the rate of 10% of TDS is applicable given ₹75 lakh is the amount of subjected to TDS। क्वेश्चन थर्ड है, ये प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन है। गिवन द फॉलोइंग इंफॉर्मेशन, कैलकुलेट द एक्चुअल सेल। तो फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है 8,000, प्रॉफिट अर्न ₹2,000, ब्रेक इवन सेल 40,000। सो राइट आंसर इज 50,000। तो ये एक्चुअल सेल है। ठीक है, अगला चौथा क्वेश्चन देखेंगे। चौथा क्वेश्चन हम बाद में देखेंगे, उससे पहले हम पांचवा क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं। अ सेल बजट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ फंक्शनल बजट। छठा क्वेश्चन है, एज पर प्रोविजन ऑफ इनकम टैक्स एक्ट 1961, अ पर्सन इज लायबल टू पे इनकम टैक्स इफ एडवांस टैक्स पेबल इज मोर देन ₹10,000। सातवां क्वेश्चन, as per Indian Accounting Standard 2, net realizable value is the estimated selling price in the ordinary course of business less the estimated cost of completion and the estimated cost necessary to make the sale. So it is net realizable value। आठवां क्वेश्चन देखते हैं। Which of the following statement is incorrect in the context of bank reconciliation statement? तो correct statement पहले देख लेते हैं। Debit balance as per cash book means credit balance as per passbook. Debit balance as per passbook means overdraft. Unfavorable balance bank balance means credit balance as per cash book। ये correct statement है। और incorrect statement है credit balance in passbook means overdraft। नौवां क्वेश्चन, as per provision of section 3 of Company Act 2013, if the total income of the company is 100 crore rupees or more, rounding off cannot be done to the nearest 100। Okay, now 10th question, the objective of internal audit once defined has to establish the operating parameters within the overall internal audit agenda. These objective and operating parameters are formally recorded in the internal audit character, the engagement letter. So both first and second, that is internal audit character, the engagement letter। Now moving to 11th question. The question is, a TDS certificate is required to be issued by the director, the person who is deducting tax, in form GSTR 7A to the deductee, the supplier from whose payment TDS is deducted within 5 days of crediting the amount to the government, failing which the deductor would be liable to pay a late fees। Now the 12th question. The question is, which of the following statement is correct in the context of Income Tax Act 1961? So the second statement is correct statement. The deduction under section 80QQB in respect of income from royalty is allowed only to an individual who is a resident in India। Okay, now 13th question. We will see 13th question afterwards. Before that we will see 14th question first. Masala bond are rupee dominated borrowing issued by Indian entity in overseas market with a maturity of 3 years. Okay, so it is masala bonds. Now the 15th question. The question is to strengthen the credit delivery system and facilitate flow of credit to the micro and small enterprises MSE sector. The Government of India and SIDBI set up the Credit Guaranteed Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprise. The question number 16th are who submitted his return of income for the assessment year 21 and 22 and 31st July 21 find some mistake in return submitted by him. Assume the assessment order under section 143(3) Income Tax Act 1961 for such return was passed on 15th February 2022 and was served to R on 18th February 2022. He could in this case revise the return till 31st March 2022. So now 17th question. Which of the following is not a feature of activity based budgeting? So C is not a feature and other are features. So first we say the features. The feature are it identifies cost improvement opportunity. It uses activity analysis to relate cost to activities. Fourth, there is a clear link between the objective of an organization and objective of a particular activity, and not a feature of budgeting activity based budgeting, that is it based on a traditional cost accounting, that is the basis of allocation, apportionment and observation of overhead in the product. Now the next question. Asset 1 lakh equal to liability 40,000 and capital 60,000 implies out of total asset worth rupees 1,40,000 are funded by external parties. Okay, now 19th question. Under which of the following condition will a project be accepted using the decision rule for the payback period? Correct answer is C. Payback period is less than the target period. So now 20th question. The question is under the CGST Act 2017, the tax deducted at source TDS made on account of taxpayer is reflected in the electronic cash ledger in the of the supplier. So now moving to 21st question. The question is, in India minimum alternative tax MAT was introduced by the Finance Act 1987 and then withdrawn by the Finance Act 1990 respectively. Calculate the profit volume ratio. Given ratio of variable cost to sale is 84%, so profit volume ratio is 16%. Okay, next question, 21st question. Question is ASPA is an application by an investor containing an authorization to self-certified bank certified syndicate bank to block the application money in the bank account the subscribing to an issue. The full form of ASBA is application supported by blocked amount. Okay, now next question, that is 24th question. Under the T+2 rolling settlement basis, trade executed on Friday will typically be settled on Tuesday. Now 25th question. The question is, special purpose vehicle refers to an entity created to an act as the legal manifestation of the project consortium with no historical, financial or operating record with the government can assess. 26th question. The convention of prudence may result in understatement of asset and overstatement of liability, which is the direct conflict with the convention of disclosure. Under non-resource project finance, lenders are paid only from the project's revenue and not from any other asset or equity of the investor. 20th question. Under the sinking fund method, which of the following entry is passed only in the last year and not in the other year? Debit depreciation fund account and credit old asset account. Okay. Now 29th question. Internal audit provides independent assurance of the on the effectiveness of internal control and the risk management process to enhance governance and achieve organizational objective. So it is internal audit. So 30th question. As per provision of Indian Accounting Standard 113, fair value is the price that would be received to sell an asset or pay to transfer a liability in an orderly transaction between a market participant at the measurement date. Okay, so now 31st question. So question is, which of the following statement is incorrect in the context of net present value? So we first see the correct statement. Net present value is the excess of the present value of inflow over the present value of outflow. Second, net present value represents the net contribution of the project towards the firm's wealth. Third, the acceptance rule of net present value in case of mutually exclusive project is to be selected the ones within the highest positive net present value. Incorrect statement. NPV provides a measure of the project's own rate of return. So now moving to 32nd question. The question is, budget manual sets out the budget organization and procedure for preparing a budget, including fixation of responsibility, formats and records required for the purpose of preparing a budget and for exercising a budgetary control system. 33rd question. Level of activity ratio is defined as a number of standard hour equivalent to work produced expressed as a percentage of a budget of standard hours. Okay. Now 34th question. The question is, Mr. X, a regular taxpayer, did not make any taxable supply during the month of July. Which of the following statement will be true for him in this case? So he required to file GSTR 3B. Okay, so now moving to 35th question. The question is as follows: which of the following option is not an example of real accounts? So correct answer is bank account is not an example of real account. Other are example of real account, that is cash account, stock accounts, patent accounts. Now 36th question. If a company wishes to establish a factory overhead budget system in which estimated cost can be derived directly from estimated of activity level, it should be prepared a flexible budget. 37th question. Which of the following statement is correct in the context of Income Tax Act 1961? First, a provision of section 193 relates to TDS from interest on securities. Second, provision of section 194 relates to TDS from dividends by domestic companies. So both first and second statement are correct. 30th question. Deduction under section 80C, excluding employer's contribution to pension scheme or contribution made by the assessee under section 80CCD IB 1B of the Income Tax Act 1961 is allowed to the extent of rupees 1,50,000. Now 39th question. The question is, what can be considered as a time of supply of goods liable to tax under reverse charge mechanism? Date of receipt of goods, date on which payment is made, date immediately following 30 days from the date of issue of invoice by the supplier. So D is the correct answer, first, second and third. 40th question. Given the balance as per cash book rupees 2,40,000, which of the following statement is correct? So check issue but not presented for rupees 1,36,000 will be added. Now 41st question. Cash flow statement are prepared in accordance with Indian Accounting Standard 7. 42nd question. Indirect material and indirect labor are example of variable production overheads. 43rd question. The variable indirect manufacturing cost under the normal costing method is calculated as budgeted variable indirect rates into actual quantity of cost allocation basis used. Now next question. Verification is a process of checking the existence, ownership and valuation of different assets appearing in the balance sheet. A company had incurred fixed expense of rupees 2,50,000 with the sale of rupees 10 lakhs, it earned a profit of rupees 1 lakh during the first half of the year. In the second half of the year, it suffered a loss of rupees 50,000. Calculate the contribution in the first half of the year and the second half of the year respectively. The correct answer is rupees 3,50,000 in the first half, and in the second half 2 lakh rupees is the correct answer. So this is the right answer. The third option is the correct answer, right? Now next question. The actual hour worked in a 4-week period is 6,000 hours. The standard hour work in a 4-week period is 7,000 hours. Given the above information for the 4-week period in which there was one special day holiday due to a national event, calculate the efficiency ratio. The efficiency ratio is 116.67%. 47th question. Deduction from salary are given under section of the Income Tax Act 1961. So right answer is section 16. Deduction under section 16. 49th question. IRR favors project which exhibits heavy cash inflow in the early stage of project. Now 50th question. The question is, which of the following statement is correct with the context of inventory valuation? So second statement is correct. Fair value is the price that would be received as a sale an asset or paid to transfer a liability in orderly transaction between a market participant at the measurement date. That's all for today's video. If you like video, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press bell icon. Thank you. We'll see the rest of the question in next video, so please subscribe our channel. Thank you.